It is October 31st, 2013. Halloween. A time for ghosts, goblins, monsters. Halloween has always been kind of a mixed feeling, kind of day with mixed feeling for me, like many other special days, uh, because it was on Halloween evening actually, that as far as I know, someone tried to murder me for the first time. And yes, I'm not exaggerating, I'm not being dramatic. Someone tried to murder me. I remember it was a rainy Halloween evening. Me and my half brothers, we went out trick-or-treating like many other kids. It was hard for me because I had to be guided by my brothers. So I was always in their shadow. Uh, I was kind of always getting less candy than they did because, I couldn't dress up as well as they could. I was a little bit shy and meek about it. Uh, I first came to Canada back in 1990. And for the next 2 years, 1990, 1991, I lived with my stepmother, my father's then legal wife at that time, Maria, and her children, my half brothers and my second sister. My mother stayed in Taiwan to tend to my father's business, and my father mostly stayed in Taiwan to tend to business as well, leaving me in the care of Maria. Maria has always, and as far as I know, even till today, hated me and my mother. Even hate is probably too gentle a word. I think, even to this day, Maria would wish death upon me. Because she honestly believed that my mother took my father away from her. I'm just giving you a little bit of background info on my family dynamic. So, anyway, I was living with Maria and her children at the time, so I had to be very, very careful, very meek, very obedient, because Maria already hated me and my mother, so she wasn't exactly the kindest person in the world. There were a lot of things that were going on in my life at that time. A lot of abuse going on at home. I won't really get into right now. Anyway, I digress. So, because of my meekness, because of my instinctive knowledge that I could not do better than my brothers and sister, because I was at the mercy of Maria, I did not get as many candies as they did. However, I did get some because being a blind child, there's always a sympathy vote. I hate that. I hate sympathy votes. But back then, I take any candy I could get. So after we got home and counted out our candies, I remember Maria was unusually cheerful toward me that night. Usually she would barely tolerate my presence, but that night she came over to me. She said, "Wow, I see you didn't get as many candies. That's too bad. Here, I got some for you." She handed me a handful of candies. as a child, I didn't think much of it. I thought that was really cool. I thought that's so nice. Maybe she finally can, treat me like one of her own child. I was naive. I was really naive. So, being kind of overwhelmed by her kindness, I immediately went to my bedroom and started picking out under candies. I sort of wanted. I remember this mindset was I wanted to eat those candies before my brothers would steal them or take them away from me by force. So I was eating the candies she gave me. And suddenly, after I unwrapped one of them, this very strong mothball smell hit me. Wrapped in the candy wrapper was not a candy, it was a mothball. And I didn't know what I knew it would probably kill me if I ate it, but on some instinctual level, I also knew if I didn't eat it, Maria would probably beat the heck out of me. So I hid that fake candy in my pocket and flushed it down the toilet when I thought no one was looking. About 10 minutes later, Maria came up to my room and she was unusually caring, and she said, "Did you finish your candy?" And I said yes. And she was really happy. And she started checking up on me, every hour that night. Probably probably wondering how come I wasn't dead or wasn't even sick. So by next morning, I was still alive. I was still not sick. I think she figured out I didn't eat the candy. So next morning, she resumed to her usual demeanor, picking on me, yelling at me, beating me up, etc. Sort of went back to normal. I don't know if that was just supposed to be a trick to make me sick, or did she really mean to kill me that way? But that's why Halloween always brings back that memory, that feeling of a child somehow knowing someone's trying to kill him, somehow thinking that if he doesn't eat that candy, he's going to get the heck beat out of him. And the way she was so cheerful that night towards me. I was 10 years old at that time.